Hello everyone, my name is Michael Young and welcome back to Factorio. So, we have our new ore sorting facility set up. It's not quite connected yet, and we're not actually consuming the output. And I don't think that eventually this is how it's going to want to be. I think eventually we're going to want something more complex. Because, right, there's different things we could be doing, right? We could take these chunks and instead turn them into just individual types of ore. If we need one ore over another. So probably we need a fallback facility, which is going to take the excess from each of these when they start to build up, and use them to get like things as needed. If we need to do that, we'll do it down south. I can easily imagine a parallel facility off below us, which will produce ores in different quantities and just feed them into this structure. Anyway, we can't hook things back up yet because we don't have enough belts. So let's go resupply. Up. And we're reduced to We're reduced to the point where we have to research mining productivity, just to keep our science labs going, and that's with only 2 science labs this entire time. Oh well, hopefully the transition to the next 2 tiers won't be that painful. What was I doing? I could grab some of this, sure. So we were taking that and turning it into filters. Where are the filters? There. Need more iron. And then we'll get more belts, of course. Where's all my belts? Only no belts? No? I should really just switch over this factory now to stop doing the ore sorting and just burn the different minerals, different ores. In fact, well, let's turn this back on. Just to get some ore going faster. Ah, well, that'll be enough. Actually, wait, no. Let's go ahead and just buffer this so that it will start spamming out that saphirite. Hey, copper's backed up again. That's cool. Might have trouble eventually when it interferes with this ore sorting. That's the other virtue. Like the reason why I want a secondary fallback place was that those only produce 1 output. So like right now, if gold ore starts having a trouble, then if it starts getting really backed up, then I stop producing anything from, which is it, Critinium? Rubite? One of those? Which is a problem. Sorting in different quantities or different combinations would avoid that. Like this. This is backed up right now. Even though we need more iron and copper, it's backed up because it can't output this silicon and nickel. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a real problem. Let's just get this hooked up now for now. So the copper is right here. Where are my splitters? Do I not have any? Are they in a box perhaps? Yeah, we have a few. Alright. So, excuse me. Something in my throat. Okay. Why do I have so many of these inserters too? Oh well. So right here. We are going under for these. Yes, we are. Okay, and the iron is right here, which is easier to deal with. Alright, this is, what is that? That's silver? That is silver. Have we given silver anywhere yet? That is silicon. No, we have not. Let's put silver on this one, right? No, the inside of this one. So right here. Is there another source of silver? I don't think so. No, that's silver too. Okay. Is it? Wait a minute. This is ruthenium. Silver is from ruthenium or from Juvelite crystal or purified Juvelite. What am I thinking? Is that up there then more silicon? Yeah, that's silicon. Anyway. Right. That was the right one. And this is lead. Which is this? No, that's something else. Where's the lead? Maybe we haven't gotten lead yet. Let's put lead on this. Right. Nothing's going into it yet. Right. Good. Alright. What's left? Well, these two are left, of course. So we put the lead up here. And that's gold. So we want to put the gold on the inside of this. There's no more gold coming from above though, so I can just throw it right in. In fact, this whole entire thing can go away. But maybe it shouldn't. Maybe it's good to have the structure there. Just because we might eventually expand this. Maybe. I don't know. I could see expanding it. Anyway, what's this? This is aluminum? Right? And aluminum we're putting right here? No, right here. Or, no, we should do it like this. Right? It's on the outside, right? I'm paranoid. I don't want to get this wrong. Alright. What's this? This is nickel, which I think is on the far right? Yeah. Far right. Off by one. Okay. That's not nickel. That's... Maybe that is nickel. Really? Do we have that much nickel? Wait a minute. That's how zinc looks. That's zinc. Zinc and cobalt. Okay. So zinc goes right here. And where do we put cobalt? On the outside of this one, or the inside of this one. Alright. More silicon and more tin. Tin is on this one. Presumably silicon's the opposite one, which is unfortunate. Because we have to put them both on the same one. Probably there was a way to avoid that, if I'd been a bit more clever. Now, if we need to, we can always just put these there later. Let's just... Oh, well. That was actually worse. Which one's which? Tin on the left. Irksome. So a little messiness there at the end, but now it's all working. It's all flowing at least. This seems strange. Why is Rubite having troubles? Is it not discarding the wastewater fast enough? Yeah, it's the wastewater problem. Is you can't get rid of your mineralized water fast enough? How terrible. Well. I need a return valve. Or a overflow valve, which needs an iron pipe. Actually, let's just do this. That's not an iron pipe even, so never mind. Let's go get some more iron. We need to resupply. Whoops. Alright. Yep, this backed up. Now we're not burning the copper fast enough. Meh. Someday I'm going to have personal Roboport, and bots will go and fix things for me. And that will be a glorious day. Okay, we're going to fix up the cobalt. Or the... not cobalt, the rubite cleaning. Didn't even see those. Ammonium looks like it might be having trouble too. I should probably balance these, all of them, but I don't really have... I don't have the inserters to take advantage. But this is having trouble because of... Why are you having trouble? Because of wastewater. Really? Alright. I should put clarifiers and check valves everywhere. Because it seems like there's just so much overflow. Where is that? There. Yep, sulfuric is all backed up. Probably because all of these are backed up on sulfur. Ah, that makes sense. Alright, let's just do another thing like that. Where is my sulfuric coming in? That's purified. It's going into here. So there's not a really good place to get rid of it. Huh, it seems like it's going slower than I expected. We need a pump? Need to suck that water out. I think this is a loop, though. Like there's... that this will eventually... Maybe not. Maybe the sulfuric wastewater doesn't come in this way? I guess not. Anyway, that should help things. Where's my car? Oh, it's way up ahead. Did we fix this? We did. Good. They're full again. Ammonium is still unbalanced, but that's okay. For now. And this is set. Okay, now we need to think about what are we going to do with all this ore we just got. So wait a minute, let me grab this. Alright, so we are producing this much of each ore. Let's just grab this. I don't want that. I wanted paste values. There. Okay, let's start seeing what we're going to turn into, because there's all these different combinations we're going to need to deal with things. So, ore. And of course, we're going to need to use each thing separately. Actually, no, I'm sorry, I forgot. There's a processing step that we'll need to do before turning things into plates. Let me just figure this out. So, actually, wait a minute. Let's figure out the speed. Ore processing machine. Let's do this properly. Needs bricks. I don't by chance have bricks, do I? No. Just getting ready for next time we have to expand out. Looks like this is actually light on slag. I thought the slag would be backed up. Is it the minerals? No. Mineralize is good. We doubled up this to start producing more landfill. These are both almost done, so that's gonna be fine. This is topped off, so this is actually just throwing away sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. Wait a minute, it shouldn't be throwing away that much sulfur dioxide. Is this not set right? Oh, ooh, we should only be throwing it away on overflow. Ooh, let's just fix that. Wow, this might have been causing problems a long time without me realizing it. We're basically saying if we have too much sulfur, then vent it faster than we can make it. Where are my overflow valves? Instead, we want to vent the excess as fast as we can make it. As fast as we can. I keep clicking the wrong thing. There. So now sulfur dioxide will accumulate. Wow, I guess we've been really burning through our oxygen. That might have been why we had purified water problems too. Oh well. It's fixed now. Interesting. Now we don't have any... None of this slag is getting through. How did that happen? I came back here and suddenly mineralized water started having troubles. Oh, I don't know. Ore processing. There we go. And let's make a bunch more pipes. We'll need them. Alright though, wait a minute, let's look around. There's no reason to go all the way back out there since we're just going to figure out how this is working. Where is it? The machine. It's right there. Okay, it's kind of small. It's only size 3. And I can only create 3 of them. Processed things. Will I be able to eventually do more? Should I plan for... Yes, I'll eventually be able to do tons of things. Well... Let's ignore that for now. But processed iron. What's the plan? So this has a speed... This is recipe is 2 and this has a speed of 1. What is this called? Ore processing machine. Ah, or processing speed. Alright. So the recipe is 4 iron ore, or wait, rather, 4 over ore processing speed. Becomes processed. And from there, we go to a blast furnace, which I should make a few of everything, really. Or I should do blast furnace 2s. They're not that resource intensive. Is the recipe always the same? Probably 4 seconds. Okay, making pellets is going to be beyond me. That's going to need another step. But I can just process it into ingots, and that'll give me ingots faster. So some of these can go straight to... This is a little tricky because it's all on different tiers. I kind of wish it was all, you know, red, green was just just blast furnace induction away. This is going to be... Some are going to be processed, some of them are going to not be processed. Frustrating. Anyway, blast furnace speed. Looks like they're all 4. Alright. And its speed is 1.5. Alright. So So 3 processed iron per second and 2 over blast furnace 0.75 coke per second becomes 24 or 9 iron ingots. But I'm assuming that second part is going to be unique. So for processed copper, it's the same front line. Okay. It's sort of the same, just a little different. So instead it needs oxygen gas. All right. I'm assuming we can't do aluminum or anything else except for tin and... Where is it? Lead. Lead's the other one. Well, this turns into lead oxide, which is different. Not processed, not the lead plates. What do we do with lead oxide? Lead oxide then becomes lead ingots. Okay, so it's just a bit more complicated. And apparently I can produce silver ore from turning lead and nickel into silver. Sure. Okay, but... so it starts up pretty similar. Then it goes a bit weird. It's gonna look like this. It's producing 8 processed lead and 120 O2. Then we'll produce 9 lead oxide per second and 120 SO2, which is a new way of getting SO2. That's pretty cool. SO2 per second. Alright, and then there's a second step to turn the lead oxide. I should really separate these. Maybe put those rows back. So there's a second step to turn lead oxide. This is not in a blast furnace. No, it is. It is in a blast furnace. And 2. So it's kind of like the this needs carbon though, not coke. It's kind of like ore processing, but not exactly. This is getting complicated. That gives me 24 divided by blast furnace speed, lead ingots. Okay, and the final one I can do is tin. And tin needs coke. It's a lot more like iron. Okay, but what am I getting out of this? Like, what's the point of doing all this stuff? Like, if I were just instead... wait a minute. So if I were instead of doing the processing and just use the iron ore, that'd be 1-to-1. This is... wait a minute. So to get per iron ore, this would be, so every iron ore is half of it iron, processed iron. Okay, let me just think about this. So 1 iron ore is 0.5 processed, and 0.5 processed is .5 ingot. So okay, that's cool. That's a gain of half. That's quite worthwhile. Wow. Just by adding some coke, we increase our output half again over. Definitely gotta do that. Okay, but that's only 4 of these ores. That's the first 4. The others we don't have. We have different processes entirely. So ore. Keep on pounding away at that mine productivity. So silicon ore. Where is it? I am not seeing it. No, the ore's not there. Okay. So silicon ore we can turn into glass mixture. And to cement. And more glass mixture. Silicon ingots is what I'm looking for. Silicon ingots. Which apparently you can turn in from other ingots? That seems overpowered. Oh well. Alright, 24. Okay. Next, we have nickel. Yeah, it seems like these other ones don't have a direct way to go from their processed thing to ingots, and so they have to go through like another thing. Nickel cathodes, which then becomes ingots. Which isn't a problem, it's we don't have it. We don't have the reason to tech for it. So I'm not going to bother. We'll just accept 1-for-1 ratios on these. This needs carbon monoxide, which we have not made, ever. We'll have to figure out how to deal with that. Nickels are spelled weird. Alright. Aluminum. Aluminum's weird. We use the ore a lot more for different things. Processing aluminum, again, can only do weird things. It goes back into aluminum hydroxide. Interesting. Which we don't use for plates. Maybe we'll need a bunch of alumina? Oh, alumina turns into plates. I see. I didn't... For some reason I missed that. So I guess we could have been making a bunch of aluminum plates, because we already did have someone set up to make alumina. And cement, and glass. Actually, alumina seems to be a way of getting more efficient glass mixture. Anyway, but back to just the aluminum ore. Yeah, we don't have a way to turn this into anything yet. We turn into aluminum okay. Okay, we can do that. It's the same process we've already done. We just didn't realize that was like the way to do it. So this takes longer too. This is a different thing. This takes place in a powder mixer, which we have over there. Yeah, I'm right here next to where I was doing that. Powder mixers, speed of 1, The recipe is 6, so it's a little more painful. Is there a rank 2 of that? Not that we have yet. Okay, where was our recipe? Aluminum. Alright, aluminum, 12 aluminum ore, and powder, mixer, speed, and half of a sodium hydroxide yields 12. Does the same thing. Yields 2 2 aluminum hydroxide. And then that gets converted to alumina. Nine at a time. Keep doing that wrong. And that becomes ingots with carbon. Still in a blast furnace. Yeah. We're gonna need a lot of blast furnaces, I just realized. Yeah, for some reason I thought we were at the point where we could start pouring, but we're not. We need to do this whole processing step first. That's aluminum. What are we missing now? Zinc, silver, and oh, cobalt. We should do that first. Cobalt. And processing it will eventually need limestone, which isn't that hard to get. But we don't have the tech for it yet. And we'll need this for blue metal catalysts for something or other. Anyway, so this is direct. You don't have to go for like cobalt oxide. So it's just like silicon. Sorry if this is a little boring. I know it's always annoying just having to watch someone work their way through a spreadsheet, but I really feel like I need to do this planning before I can start deciding what my next part of my next factory is going to be. We missed something. Zinc. Zinc is more complicated. And eventually the processing will still be pretty complicated. Okay. So this needs molten lead to make zinc. Interesting. I hadn't thought of needing molten stuff to do anything. I thought you were gonna make different ways of I I thought you'd take different ingots and make different combinations of molten, but then molten was done. But now this is gonna need, huh? Well, okay, let's get this going. Perhaps this is how we should do all of our lead, because we don't seem to need much lead. Lead it requires carbon per second, but this one requires oxygen. No, I need to do that anyway. No, oh, I see. Okay, so I need to make lead ingots using this property, by turning it into lead oxide, which will give me a whole bunch of things. It's the more complicated processing. Then I can melt the ingots into molten lead, and then I use that, and I get some of the lead back. Anyway, complicated. I'm forgetting my per seconds. These are all per seconds. Molten lead per second. And it produces that and blast furnace speed. And even more sulfur dioxide. Okay, just a couple left. Silver. Is easy. Just silver per silver. No byproducts or anything. I don't have anything. No, actually, that's pretty close to being that simple. Silver is easy. I could even just burn it directly in the plates. Anyway. Gold. Gold is a bit more complicated. It needs chlorine. When we process it, we'll eventually need caloric acid, chlororic acid. I can't spell this word. Chlorine. Gas per second. Alright, that's all the different things we're going to have to do next. It looks like the main inputs are going to be chlorine, oxygen, carbon, sodium hydroxide we can't forget. Carbon monoxide is the new one. I haven't had to make that before. Let's look that one up. Carbon monoxide is generated as a byproduct of processing chrome, which I can't do yet. That's part of nodule production. Nodule sludge. Probably I should care more about that than I am. Oh, I can just make it pretty easily. Carbon and water. Yeah, that's no problem. What's dichromate? Well, it's 2 chromates, of course. Part of chrome processing. Alright. Well, okay, I want to look at the next step. So once I have ingots, what am I doing with them? Because I don't want, I want to make sure I have an idea of what kind of a ratio I need in order to get, well, in order to know how much of this I should care about. So, ingot. Starting with the iron. So, this is all happening in a blast furnace still. Okay. Well, this is just a different. It's just like these, really. Or I could just turn it straight into molten iron. I don't have manganese yet. Where's manganese from? From the ore, which is from sludge again. Maybe I should make like another round of crystallizers just to do manganese and what's the other one? Chrome? But not now. I don't want to deal with it right now. So ignoring that, we could turn 12 of those and 12 silicon ingots into twice as much molten iron. Don't know why that would be, but sure. We could turn to iron powder, which we don't use for anything apparently. At least that the thing is willing to tell me about. Or we could combine iron, nickel, and cobalt into 3 times as much molten iron. Or substitute chrome for that. I don't have chrome, so let's get rid of that. Ignore that. Or I could do really complicated things as part of manganese processing. So never mind that. Okay, that's iron. Looks like this is the clear winner, and then we'll fall back to these as we need. So for copper, so we could create bronze, combining that in tin. Or create more bronze by adding some nickel. Was that 6 or 12? It was 6. But I wasn't really caring about bronze right now. I'm trying to, well, wait, is that bronze or brass? Brass, this is brass. So 18 and 6 zinc. It's brass. Ah, that's the base one. Just 1 for 1. Or powder, I don't know what to do with yet. Molten gunmetal. That's different. I didn't even know that was an ore. So 6. Let's put these backwards. 6 tin, 18 copper, and 12 zinc. Another recipe for bronze. Is it the same thing? 18, 12, 6? 18... Ah, this is 18, 6, 12. It's similar to that. So 18, 12, 6 zinc is 360. So basically I could just take the same recipe and substitute in the zinc for nickel. Apparently zinc and nickel are interchangeable. We definitely need to worry about solder. We're going to need to use a lot of solder. And this is solder without lead, right? So that's 12. And 12 tin. And 12 silver. Actually, was that much gunmetal before? Yeah, it's 360. More brass. I can't even do these. Why am I bothering to write them down? Let's get rid of that. The molten bronze. From that, I don't want to trick myself into thinking I can do something I can't. I can do solder. No, I can't. I can't do solder from copper yet. Okay. So yeah, we are going to need to use lead for solder. Or we can just go directly. 12 for 120. Or the brass recipe, which we already grabbed from copper. Which we can't do yet, never mind. Well, that was easy. Lead's pretty simple. Tin is more complicated. Did the bronze. Did solder. Another recipe for bronze. And another for solder. Tin and zinc. Interesting. Let's just sort them out nicely. Alright. Gunmetal, we already did. And then the straight into molten. And we can't do the rest. What am I looking at next? Silicon? Yeah. Silicon. What do we do up here? We did lead, yeah, silicon, then nickel. So we already grabbed this from iron. Straight 101. The steel, which we grabbed from... Did we not grab this? Steel and silicon? We just did this wrong. We didn't write this as steel. But we can't do this yet, so I shouldn't have even written it up here. Oh wait, no. No, this is different. This is something else. This is a way of turning steel into more steel. But I can't do it yet, so there's no point in writing it down. Okay, silicon's pretty simple for now. Nickel, we already had bronze. The straight 1-for-1. This is new. Invar. So 24 steel. And 12 nickel. Yields 360 Invar. Can't do anything else here. Okay, next on the list is aluminum and then cobalt. So the 1-for-1 that they all have. And that's it for this so far. Eventually we'll have more things, but I don't have the ability to do it yet. Okay, cobalt. Ah, new type of output. So 12 cobalt ingots and 24 steel. Gives 360 molten cobalt steel. And we can't do that yet. Or that, or that. Okay, I think I'm into silver and gold. No, zinc. I didn't do zinc. Zinc, then silver, then gold. Is it cheating to count this towards the time I'm playing the mod when I really have spent the past half hour looking at this spreadsheet? Okay, we have solder, which we already got when we did tin. And brass. And gunmetal. And then the 1-for-1. And that's all we can do. Silver. And gold from electrum. I thought electrum had like tin in it too. Oh well. The 1-for-1. And that's it so far. And gold can do electrum and 1-for-1. Except we're skipping over one that we really need. Steel. What else do we have? Steel. So steel is the 1-for-1. And it can make Invar, which we had somewhere there. And cobalt steel. And that's it for now. Eventually we'll be able to supplement with other things. And we haven't touched everything. We don't have titanium to turn into ingots. So, but eventually we'll be able to do stuff with it. It's funny, we have the smelting for it, but we don't have a way to acquire it yet. Or maybe we do. We could get it. No, titanium ore only comes from crystals, which we don't have the ability to make. Yeah, some of the mod tech tree choices are a little out of order. Anyway, so that's quite some things we need to set up. This is going to be complicated. But I think the idea is that we want to have not a line, but we want to have at least the potential to make all of these. And I suspect that until we have a use for all of them, they're going to back up pretty quick. But I don't want to ignore anything. Anyway, I need to think this over, so I'm going to take a break here. We're over time anyway. So thank you everyone for watching me meddle around on spreadsheets for an hour or so. My name is Michael Young, and this is Factorio using the Sea Block Modpack. Thank you.